Today I'm going to be trying a kebab meal deal, which sounds pretty interesting, but some of the items in the meal deal are a little unusual, including the actual kebab. So let's go try out a kebab meal deal and see what it's like. Okay, so this is the place that I'm heading to. GDK German Doner Kebab. Right, let's head inside and get ordering. I think they're open. Yeah, they are. Let's head in. And I'm going to order on the screens. So, touch here to begin. Okay, no allergies. Right, let's go ordering. Where is the kebab meal deal? I think it's one of the boxes. Right, this is it. Boss box is what it's called, and I'm gonna go for the Boss Box OG kebab. Right, let me order this and I'll join you at a table. Okay, so I have my kebab meal deal. Let me show you exactly what's in it. So this is it, check it out. If I'm honest, I thought it was going to come in a box, which is what was shown in the pictures, but I think that's only when you get it for takeaway. But you get the actual kebab, which is not your ordinary kebab. There's something different about this one. You get some spring rolls in there, which are interesting to have in a kebab meal deal. You get 3 different sauces: garlic, yogurt and spicy. Got some fries, and then on the side for an extra added cost I got some, I think they call them Berliner donut balls. So there you have it, a kebab meal deal. Right, let's dig into this. So the first thing I think I need to start off with is unusual item number 1, spring rolls. So who would have thought you can get spring rolls in a kebab meal deal? But you can, and you know what, they're a lot bigger than I expected. Have a look at the size of those spring rolls. Those are huge. So you can choose between chicken and beef. I went with 1 chicken and 1 beef. Not totally sure which one that is, but you know what, let's give it a try and see what it's like. Here it goes. Okay, so I think this first one is a chicken kebab. So check out the inside of that. So that is all chicken. It doesn't look like there's any vegetables. So I thought it was going to be a lot of veg, a little bit of chicken, but you know what? It's a lot of meat in there. So you bite into that, you get the crunch from the outside, really crispy. The inside, you get the chicken for sure, and it's all meat basically with a few small herbs. This is a meaty spring roll. Right, let's try out the next one. So I think this next one has to be beef. Let's go for it. You know what? I think they've given me 2 chickens, because that I think is the same as the first one. Is that the same or is it different? It kind of tastes the same. You know what? Have a look yourself, see if you can figure out if they're both the same. So those 2, both chicken, or is 1 beef, 1 chicken? I think they're both the same. Anyway, let's go in for a dip of the sauces. So I think I'm going to go spring rolls with a spicy sauce first. So here we go. Spring rolls in a spicy sauce. I think they're both chicken. They've got to be both chicken. There it is. Have a look at that. Spring rolls in a spicy sauce. Right, let's try it. Okay, so this is a pretty spicy sauce. It does have a kick to it. It does have a bit of a fragrance, maybe a sort of fresh mintiness. But that is one spicy sauce, and it does quite complement the meat quite well, because it's a meaty spring roll. You get the fried crunch, and then you get the spice from the sauce. Okay, next up, let's try out the fries. So I got the flaming fries rather than normal ones, which means the fries with a bit of a rub on it, a spice rub. I think it's tossed in different spicy spices, spicy herbs. But there you go, you can see it on the chip. Right, let's go for it. So that is a good fry there, have a look at that. So you bite into that, it's really crispy, you get a good crunch on the outside, the middle is soft, and then you get that flavouring, that powder on the outside, which kind of tastes like a chip spice that you would get from your sort of regular local takeaway. But it's pretty good. I think though I've got to try it in some of the dips, so I'm going to go for the garlic dip first. So have a look at this. So we're going to go for the flaming fries in garlic dip. Right, this is it. Garlic dip with flaming fries. Let's try it. Okay, so that is a pretty herby garlic dip there. You know what, the music is quite loud, so I'm having to speak quite loudly over it, but there you go. That is a really herby garlic dip, so you get a good strong garlicky flavour, and it's herby and creamy. You know what, that's a good garlic dip. Right, let's go in for the main event of this kebab meal deal, the actual kebab, and that is huge. It covers my whole head. And there's something unusual about this kebab. I've actually had it before, but quite a while ago. I can't really remember what it tastes like, but this is it. Okay, check out the size of that. That is huge. That is massive. Okay, and it's really, really heavy. Look at the inside of that. Got loads of meat in there. I went for a mix of beef and chicken, but this thing is huge and it's heavy. Right. You know what, let me give you a close-up of the inside. Okay, so check out the size of this. Loads of meat inside. So you've got chicken and beef, and then you've got, you know what, salad on the bottom there as well. It's quite hard to open it up without everything spilling out, but this is one giant kebab. Right, I think it's got two different types of meat. Well, let's go in for a bite of this. So that is a pretty decent kebab there. So you bite into that, you get the bread on the outside, which is slightly crisp and chewy. You've got chicken on that side, and then beef on that side. So chicken and beef there. When you bite into that, you do get a lot of salty, meaty flavour. It's quite hard to differentiate between the chicken and the beef, because it all kind of tastes the same, which is probably why the spring rolls taste the same. They might actually be different, but kind of tastes the same. But you get a tiny bit of salad on the bottom. You know what, I think I might need to get another bite to really get into the salad. So one thing I thought was going to be different is the bread. So in the pictures and the adverts, the bread looks like this sort of square waffle type bread, but this, it kind of seems like your normal regular bread. Have they switched it? Have they changed it? Have they run out? I mean, I'm the first customer in today, so they shouldn't have run out. But it just seems like your regular sort of kebab bread. You know what? I'm going to have to try and differentiate between the meats. So have a look at that. So that is your chicken first. So thinly sliced, a nice brown colour on the outside actually. It has more colour on it than the beef. But there's your chicken. Let's go for a bite of this. Okay, so the chicken is salty. It does have a bit of a chickeny flavour. You know what? It's decent. Next up is the beef. Now this does look like your regular sort of doner meat that you would get in the takeaway, but maybe slightly paler in colour. And it's beef here. I'm not sure why they don't do lamb. I think in most doner places it's lamb, but this is beef. I'm guessing it's the German way. But let's try out this beef doner. Okay, so it's pretty difficult to tell the difference between the chicken and the beef, if I'm honest. There is maybe a slight beef flavour to this. It's a lot beefier than the chicken, but the flavour is so similar that it's pretty hard to tell them apart. I think the spices have got to be the same, but just the meat is slightly different. But they're almost identical. You know what? I think I actually prefer the chicken more. It just looks a little bit more appetizing with a golden brown colour on it. So I think if you come here, I think you should get the chicken. One thing I would say is that I think it's a little bit too meaty, if I'm honest. I think there's just too much meat in there and not enough sauce. So when you bite into that, it's kind of slightly dry with the meat. There's not enough sauce in it, and the salad is kind of only a tiny bit at the bottom there. So you can see there, it's just, I think the ratio there is just maybe too much meat, not enough sauce, not enough salad. It's okay. Actually, you know what? I do actually have more sauce here, so maybe this is what it's for. Let's pour some of that sauce onto the kebab and make it a little bit more juicy and moist, which is kind of what it needs because it's a little bit too dry. But let's go for a bite of this. You know what? I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of does need a bit more sauce. You see, the thing is, I don't know if that sauce is supposed to be on the side or added in, but there already is sauce on the inside. So it'd be a bit weird to have sauce in the kebab and then sauce that you're supposed to add in as well. But are you supposed to add this in? I'm going to do it anyway because it kind of needs it, and I'm going to put all the sauces in. So I'm going to put in some of the spicy sauce, some of the garlic sauce, and then I've not even had the yogurt sauce. I'm going to put in the yogurt sauce too. And then maybe this is how you're supposed to have it. So there it is. Your German Doner Kebab with spicy sauce, garlic sauce, and yogurt that I've added in myself. Okay, you know what? Once you add in the sauce yourself, it actually tastes pretty good. So I don't know why they don't just put more sauce in it in the first place. So German Doner Kebab, you need to put more sauce in your kebabs. Right, let's combo some of these up and put some of the fries in the actual kebab. And then let's put some of the sauce in it. I quite like this yogurt sauce, so I'm going to put that all over it. I think that is going to be a combo bite for your German Doner Kebab. Right, let's do it. Yeah, it definitely needs loads more sauce. Right, let's go in for the dessert. So for dessert, these are not part of the meal deal. I got them separately. But I got some chocolate and cinnamon Berliner dough balls or donut bites. So I think they're just your mini donuts with some chocolate inside. Right, let's go for a bite of this. Okay, they're not bad. They are definitely like dough balls and donuts. You've got cinnamon sugar on the outside, but a tiny bit of chocolate on the inside. You know what? There's not much chocolate. So these are kind of okay. They're kind of like your supermarket ones where you get 10 in a pack of those mini donuts. They kind of taste similar. It's a similar sort of thick texture to that with a cinnamon outer coating. It's decent, it's okay. So this one does have a little bit more chocolate inside. There you can see. But they're just little simple donut bites. Right, let me finish up the rest of this and I'll join you outside. Well, I'll go through the total cost. So that was your kebab meal deal. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. I had this a while ago and I remember it being a little bit better than this, but this time, yeah, not the best. So let's go through the items. So first up, the spring rolls. They were actually good. I quite like the spring rolls. Nice and crunchy on the outside, a lot of meat in the middle, and then when you dipped it into the sauce, it was actually quite good. The chips, they were good too. Again, crispy on the outside, nice and soft in the middle, and the spices that they had on the outside had some good flavour. And then dipping them into the sauce as well. Again, pretty delicious. But the actual kebab, that was disappointing. The bread was decent, the meat, it kind of all just blended into one type of meat, so the chicken tasted like the beef, and the beef tasted like the chicken, and there was kind of a bit too much of it, which normally too much meat, or having a lot of meat in something, is pretty good, but this time it just kind of made it too sort of salty, meaty and dry. It needed some more sauce, which they did actually give you on the side. They had sauce in the actual kebab and then some on the outside, but I'm not sure if you were supposed to put that in your kebab or leave it on the outside and have it with your chips and your spring rolls. I put mine in the kebab, which made it a little bit better, but yeah, overall just a little bit disappointing. Anyway, let's go through the total cost of that meal. So the Boss Box OG kebab meal that I had was £14.39. The donut bites, which I forgot to talk about before because they were so forgettable, were £1.49, which means the total cost was £15.88. Was that worth it? Comment down below what you think. For me, not really worth it. I probably wouldn't get that again. But like I said, comment down below what you think. And if you like the video, click on the thumbs up icon below and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.